Good Brewtiful morning. Welcome to Main Street, Rutherford. Brewtiful morning, first Brewtiful morning of 2023. Thank all of you for joining us this day, each Friday morning, as we try to come to you and try to let you know what's happened this past week and some information about the coming week. As you can tell, I'm flying solo this morning. Jackson's dad is out of school because the public schools are still on vacation, and he's with his dad this morning, but he promised me he's going to try to be with us next week. And I cautioned Doug and let him know he's been practicing on some new jokes. And so we'll try and warm up this week, make sure he's ready. But thank you again for joining us. I thank Doug for getting us online and getting us rolling. And we're going to try to handle this morning without Magnolia. It's going to be tough, but we'll do our best. Doug, I'll turn it over to you.
Well, we have got some unfinished business to do, so I'm changing the background of Brewtiful Mornings this morning. Last week on the Purple Martin Greenway page, there was a contest that was out for first day hikes. So we got a lot of good outside stuff going on this year. 2023 is designated as Year of the Trail by the General Assembly. So the entire state of North Carolina is celebrating Year of the Trail in 2023. But on January 1st, that was what was called first day hikes. So first day outside. And the Purple Martin Greenway shared a little competition that if you would go out on the Greenway, just have some fun, maybe take a picture or two, put it out on Facebook, put it out on Instagram, tag the Purple Martin and use the Year of the Trail hashtag. We're gonna do a little giveaway. So part of that giveaway was free T-shirt, some koozies, some stickers, and then also a $10 gift certificate for Main Street Coffee and Ice Cream. So since there were going to be two winners, and so we had a lot of entries. So first of all, I want to say thank you. Statistically, we do have some trail counters out on the trail. It was a busy day. It was busier than the average day throughout the year, definitely busier than a cold December day. And we had about a third more people out on the trail on January 1 than normal. So thank you for everybody that got out, stretched their legs. Hopefully you enjoyed the Purple Martin. But without further ado, we do have some winners to take care of. So we'll start on Instagram first. So starting out on Instagram, Ace of Images is going to be our winner over there with a beautiful picture coming out of Kiwanis Park. They got out. It said first day trail time out at Kiwanis Park. Loads of happy kids playing in the sunshine. So good to see that. And that'll be our winner over on Instagram. We'll tag you there and get you your prizes. And then over on the Facebook page, winner is going to be Sharon Lale, who looks like she went out, tracked the whole, you kind of picture cut it off here, but she tracked her adventure, went through the entire Purple Martin and took pictures along the entire way. So thanks, Sharon, for getting out. Thanks for tagging those. And then we just had so many entries. It was hard we laid them all out and we're kind of choosing which ones. We're going to do a consolation prize, which is exciting for this year. Thanks to our friends over at MVP Disc Sports, we have some discs to give away for disc golf, and in anticipation of the Norris Recreation Complex. So we saw this cute little family, Amanda Young, and so she got out, took her kids out. She had a really cool hashtag. I'm glad I made them go. So she took all the kids out, looks like, and had fun out. Took 3 kids out on the Greenway, had some fun out there. And so we're going to offer our family a little disc golf starter pack so they can get out and enjoy some disc golf. So we'll tag everybody with your winnings and get you your prize packs. And just want to say thank you to everybody who got out and had some fun out on the Purple Martin. Mayor, did you and Ginger or Jackson get out on the Purple Martin?
Just in our minds, we're saving up. It's going to be a beautiful day today. Maybe we get out there today. So I encourage everybody to take advantage of the sunshine. And thanks for everyone that participated, all the people that helped us with the gifts. And it's a fun time. And great opportunity to recognize the trails that we have not only in Rutherford, but our whole community. So great job, everybody.
Yeah, I got out. I was able to walk a section from kind of there at Industrial Drive, where the trailhead is at Industrial Drive, and was able to walk all the way up to Kiwanis Park that day. And it was packed. There were people everywhere, smiling faces. It was actually kind of a nice day. Once the sun came out later in the day, it was a nice day. So it's good to see everybody out enjoying that.
Great program.
Good morning, everybody watching live. Magnolia is tuning in, so I hope we'll do you proud, Magnolia.
Uh-oh.
Good morning, Kevin and John. John's got a busy day today. John, I'm glad you're live. John and Blue Ridge Hope have a teen paint night tonight over at Norris Library. I know it was by reservation only, so I'm hoping maybe John's still tuned in. John, is there still opportunities for folks to get involved with that? Just drop a comment if you're watching. All right, so Mayor, we had a busy week this week. We had first day trails earlier in the week, and then Wednesday, you were busy behind the gavel there with the town council meeting, and we wanted to kind of take a minute to just kind of recap that meeting and let folks know some of the great things that were in the meeting, and then also, some plans for 2023. So I'm going to let you kind of go through some of your highlights, and we also are going to go through the 2022 year in review.
Well, thank you, Doug. And as I said, it was a good week. Meeting we had Wednesday. And first of all, I want to apologize. I received some notes about our audio was a little bit shabby on our council meeting, but Doug assured me he has made improvements. So continue hanging in there. We're working on things to get it better. And a lot of times we don't know until the last minute either something's not working or it's going okay. So we'll work on that. But thanks to the council for being there on Wednesday. We talked about the program I Caught You Carrying that want to remind all of our citizens, be on the lookout if you see some people in our community that's going out of our way to make this a better community for all of our citizens. Let us know, and we can put them in a nomination to receive the I Caught You Carrying award. We did some information, we gave some information about MAK ceremonies coming up at the end of the month. And my understanding, we'll be talking about that a little bit more next week, but please put that on your calendar. It's that last weekend of the month, but going to be a lot of information going on. It's about the middle of the week. We've got MAK breakfast on the 14th, Sunday service on the 15th, and the courthouse walk on the 16th. So put that on the calendars. That's happening in just a week or so. So be sure and attend any and all of those that you possibly can. And maybe we'll talk a little bit more about that next week.
Yeah, I talked with Miss Doris Crute, who's on our town council, but is also, I think, the vice chair of the Dr. Martin Luther King Committee of New Hope, and they will be joining us. The committee will be joining us live next Friday in advance of their fun weekend of activities for Martin Luther King. And in the comments below, I'm going to be dropping some information, dropping the web link to Rutherton's I Caught You Caring award that Mayor talked about. Simply click that link. You can learn all about the I Caught You Caring award. And if you see somebody doing some good stuff in the community, let us know. It's a good way for the mayor and I to recognize people for the goodwill that they do. Sometimes those are unsung heroes, and we want to make sure they get the recognition they deserve.
And Doug, you did, I'm not sure if you plan on talking a little bit about it, but we kind of had a year in review where all of our department heads spoke to council and the people that were here to talk about some of the things, their achievements over this past year. Great time to hear from them. We've got some very dedicated people that are part of our town, and they gave a report of what some of the things we accomplished, and also some of the things we're looking forward to. So thanks to everybody that participated in that information.
Yeah, so like the mayor said, we know we had a little bit of issue with our audio during the council meeting. I apologize for that. We were trying to make some improvements to our system, and improvements a little bit backfired on us, but we'll make those changes for next month we'll be back online, back loud and clear to you. But we had a really, really neat council meeting where we were able to present our 2022 year in review. And in doing that this year, we allowed all of our department heads to kind of talk through at least the top 3 things that they were up to this past year, and some others. But really trying to look at, a lot of times when we get to this point in the calendar, especially like the last 2 weeks or so, we're really focused on the year ahead. Everybody's talking about setting New Year's resolutions, setting goals for 2023, really looking forward. Oftentimes we fail to look back and see just how much we've achieved and how proud we should be of ourselves, the community that we live in, and the team that we're a part of. And so we took a minute to kind of look through those 3 things. And Magnolia's making a comment, it's hard to choose 3 things. It so was. And if you look through our comments when I would show through this, a lot of those 3 things had like different sub goals, and it just speaks to the team environment that we have here at the town, not just us on staff, but the mayor, the town council, our boards, our committees, the different volunteer organizations, all of our staff. We use the hashtag one town, one team, but everybody working together towards a set of common goals. And, if it wasn't for the talents of all of us, it'd be hard for us to achieve so much that we do. And so with that, I wanted to take a minute just to kind of walk through these slides real quick, because I think it was really important for us to think about some of the things that we've achieved. First and foremost, I've been blown away. Our team has been really busy over the last 2 years, taking the plans that we had, turning them into action, building partnerships with philanthropic organizations, strengthening partnerships we had with other local governments. But that has accounted for $27.4 million in funding awarded to the town and our partners in the last calendar year. Folks, our normal operating budget between all of our funds is less than $5 million. So we have quadrupled the amount of funding on an annual basis through grant opportunities. Now, 25 million of that is a federal raise grant for Charlotte Road and Main Street in Spindale through a USDOT raise grant that we're able to get. But still having $2.4 million $2.4 million come in outside funding, about a third of or almost half of our operating budget. Just blown away by that, and I want to thank all of our staff that have worked on those. So as we go into the slides, one of the things you'll see is there's little kind of badge there that says 2021. All those little badges underneath the goals, those are action plan items. So items that come out of our 2021 action plan. And that's important because we're in an action plan year, meaning that we're looking forward to setting some new goals and moving forward with some new initiatives. Another big thing on the admin side is a partnership with Altice and Optimum, the same company. Altice is kind of the backside of the construction side of things. Optimum is the front forward side of a new fiber provider in our community. They're in the process of pulling plans now. They have their encroachment agreements, but they're pulling their plans to build a new facility here in town to host their fiber node and then provide fiber to the home connection for all residences and businesses in our community. And they hope to begin that in the first quarter of this year. That will be for obviously fast internet and stable internet and a fiber connection, but also voice over IP services, data streaming services, so TV services, video services. But really excited to have that to all neighborhoods and all homes in our community.
Well, that is extremely important to our community. We've been talking about this for years, and this year we kind of saw a little bit more movement in the right direction. So that's always encouraging news for our citizens.
And then in community development, this was Magnolia's slide. Like she said, I'm gonna put her comment back up because it's hard to choose just three things. It was for all of our departments. It was hard to choose just three. Obviously, we could speak all day on the work that the town and the redevelopment commission are doing with housing, the funding that we received from Dogwood Trust there, over $800,000 in funding from Dogwood Trust, just specifically to the town itself, not including our partners who've received funding from Dogwood for Creekside Meadows and the beginning of Creekside Meadows down on John Smith Road. Rutherton Roots Community Garden, tripling the numbers of food that they produce, not the families they serve, tripling the amount of food in 1 year. Just an amazing set of volunteers over there, amazing set of hearts working to feed our community. And then the Hilltop Fall Festival, first time we were able to have a festival since 2018. 112 vendors. We had an amazing day that day, and really looking forward to bringing back and continue to improve on the Hilltop Fall Festival. Yeah, just so many great things we could talk about on housing. We need to have a whole program just on housing things.
Great job in the community development. That's where we really get, as Rutherton Roots, get in the dirt with our residents and really start working in our community, and involvement in the festival, all those people's out on Main Street, and the excitement for the future of housing. That's an area that we have vitally missed in our community. And so those partnerships are extremely important. So it's exciting what we accomplished, but more so, it's more exciting about what lies ahead of us.
All right, I'm going to go out on a leap of faith here. I'm looking through the comments. I can kind of see in our viewership who's viewing through the backside here, and I'm going to take a leap of faith and hope that since we're on community development, since Rutherton Roots is pulled up, that the one and only Dot Abrams is watching, and we want to wish her a very happy birthday. Happy birthday, Dot. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for all you do in our community, not just through Rutherton Roots, but also over at Marshall Park, and all of the great things that you sprinkle your love throughout our community. So thank you, Dot. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday, Dot. And thanks, as Doug said, a lot of things we don't even talk about you're involved in. And so thank you for what you do, and members of your family, how important they are to the community.
So yeah, if you're oh, here we go. You're welcome, Dot. Happy birthday. Hope you have a wonderful, wonderful day. All right, back on track here. Over at the fire department, it's been a busy year. They have thanks to a grant award from the Timken Foundation, which over at the Timken, just south of town, we were awarded $75,000 for the purchase of a chassis of a mini pumper. That's been on order. We're hoping to take delivery of that sometime in the spring of 2023, and it will go over at station number 2. So later this month, we will celebrate the groundbreaking of station number 2 over at 1701 Baber Road. E.S. Walker Construction will be building that station, and we look forward to that station being open sometime in 2023. And that mini pumper will be the first line engine out of that station. That station will have a mini pumper and a pumper tanker, and we're in the process now of finding strategies or working through a strategy to staff that station 24/7. So just a great opportunity to serve our rural district, to increase our service and reduce our response times in that area. I'm really excited about that project. Again, the mini pumper and Station 2 kind of coincide. And then right now, there has been some remodeling and some updates going on to our 27-year-old main station over on North Mitchell Street. Right now, the apparatus bays are being painted, but there's been new ventilation being put in, both in the apparatus bay to clean the diesel exhaust, so our firefighters aren't breathing the diesel exhaust. New HVAC, a lot of painting upgrades, cabinet upgrades, plumbing upgrades, just as you imagine a place being lived in and worked in for 27 years, 365 days a year. it's been a little hard on the stuff. So just really doing a kind of a refresh. We took a behind the scenes tour a couple weeks ago. The guys and girls are back in the living quarters. So their kind of living quarters side is completed. The office side right now is under remodel, and the bays. And so once it's all completed, we'll have a big kind of relaunch and grand opening of the facility, and we'll give you guys a behind the scenes tour again too, for those that can't make it. But a lot of activity going on over at the fire department.
I want to take personal privilege to thank Champion. They have been a consistent supporter, especially through our fire department. They made some other over the history of this community, and thank Champion. Trailborg is another company that has made some contributions toward our fire department in different areas in our community. It's when we all can work together, and I speak a lot about the necessity of partners. That's not only individuals, but also departments such as companies such as Timken to help us. And so we thank you for your support of our people.
Kevin Lane asked us, we all have an ambulance there too. We will not. The town does not provide ambulance service. Although our firefighters are EMTs, we do not provide transport service. In past years, we have hosted ambulances at our stations. We've hosted an ambulance before at Station 1. Station 2 is designed where it could host an ambulance in the future if the county wanted to post an ambulance there, but it will not have a permanent ambulance base at Station 2. And right now, the county EMS service is in the process of renovating their Station 1. Their main EMS station was built about the same time as our fire station, and they're doing a very similar process: new doors, new windows, new HVAC, those type of things. Really just kind of letting the building prepare itself for another 20 plus years of service to the community.
I congratulate the fire department on the work that they're doing in the department. I called it the new fire station for about 25 years. Now that
get ready to be new again.
Now I can update that to say it is. So congratulations, guys and gals.
Over at the library, they are been working on a strategic plan, and really excited to kind of see the results of that strategic plan to give them some added vision, goals, and objectives move forward for the next couple of years. They're in the process of kind of wrapping that up. They've had some focus groups. Hopefully you've been able to participate in some of their surveys, but really excited to kind of see some of the goals and initiatives that come out of that in 2023. Their collection has really, over the last 2 years with our new library, I keep calling her our new library director, Sarah Ross, it's really kind of made a shift into a great new direction, more relevant collection. And so one of the things they're working on is a teen gaming nook. They're going to launch that in early 2023, where there'll be a place for kids or teens, and I don't want to call them kids, teens to come in and safely play video games, appropriate video games, and then also have a young adult collection of books surrounding that, and kind of a little area just augmented for them. And so that's going to be fun. Our public works staff has been working to help create that space along with our library staff. And when that launches, it's going to be a really fun time. And then having Reagan on board this year, that was a grant opportunity, bringing on Reagan as our youth specialist, bringing back programs, bringing back all of our weekly story times, and then partnerships that she's been able to build out in the community. Like tonight, there is a teen paint night that's being co-sponsored by the Norris Library and Blue Ridge Hope. That's what I was asking John Miller about. If you're interested in that, please reach out to Norris Library. I know reservations were required for that. I don't know as of this morning if the reservations are full, but you can definitely hop over to the Norris Library Facebook page and message them, or just give them a call over at the library, and they'll let you know if that teen paint night is something that you're interested in. But I shared the link to their Facebook page. They have dropped a community calendar of all of their events and stuff that's going on in January. They have got a new teen book club that's starting. And so actually the first meeting was earlier this week, but you can still get involved with that. They're doing some book bingo. There are different craft nights throughout the year. There's an adult winter bingo game, and then some puzzle games that they're doing, all kinds of cool stuff that they're doing at the library to kind of build community. So check them out, all kinds of cool stuff.
I'd like to thank Sarah and all their staff over there. As you mentioned, they do an outstanding job through the library for our community. Proud history, part of history in Rutherford. So they do an outstanding job. And to anyone that's listening or watching, if you're involved with any young person, you're never too young to get involved in the library. So we encourage all, irregardless of the age, get them to be a part of the library. Go by there, see what Sarah and her group has to offer. And thanks again for the work they do.
Police department, they have upgraded all of their radios. So using some ARP funds, or kind of American Recovery Act funds, we were able to upgrade all of their equipment, all of their radio equipment to the Viper network. That's all been deployed and provided excellent service to our officers. A lot of more interoperability between different agencies now. They can simply switch over and talk to different agencies and not have to go through a patch or a dispatch. And so that's been really good. And their community outreach, they have launched their rides program in partnership with our local ABC store. Our local ABC store has invested over $12,000 in alcohol funds, education funds into that program. And so they are really looking forward to continuing to get that out into the community. If that's something that you're watching live and you've got a youth group, or you've got a group of kids that you'd like for us to get that out to, but it's really kind of a new way, a driving simulator to talk through the importance of not driving impaired and what those consequences are if you do. And so they've taken it to National Night Out. They took it to Camp Spark. They had it up at Hilltop Fall Festival. They're working with the school system now to get that into the schools. And they are looking at an opportunity to take it from the kind of the real live simulators that they have in the go-karts to kind of a VR style simulator where they can take it into the classroom. And so that'll be coming up in 2023, but really been a really great program, and want to thank the ABC store for that. And then all of our team at the police department who have helped raise over $30,000 for Shop with a Cop. They provided a Christmas for 52 children in our community. They've assisted families with Thanksgiving needs, with utility bills, with some meeting needs of, just general needs towards the end of the year. And that'll be kind of a fun that they can do throughout the year when they have interactions with families, with folks that are kind of on some hard times financially. They can make that decision to assist them with some of those donations through Shop with a Cop. So just want to say thank you to all of the officers that have really poured their heart and soul into those, beyond serving the community, beyond answering the call for service in their downtime, building those partnerships and building that community relationships that showcase this in Shop with a Cop.
Well, I congratulate Chief Engel and his very professional department. All of our officers are excellent in what they do, and they do a great job for our community. And as you can see, they not only protect and serve, but they are a part of the community and work in certain areas that strengthens the life of our citizens. And I can't help but just extremely proud of each and every one of them, that the work that they do. And congratulations to our police department.
Over at Public Works, again, hard to pick three, but they've been able to hire a full-time office specialist. Many of y'all have probably seen Maddie around town. She has been amazing to kind of help with workflow and staffing there. We've been able to add another full-time staff person through a program we've been working on for a few years now with the school system, where we started with an internship program. We have a young man that's going to be graduating from the school system in May. He'll actually be graduating from REACH with a 2-year degree, and he'll be coming on board with our staff full-time as soon as he graduates high school. And so that's been a process that we've been working on to build new opportunities to recruit folks right out of high school into our Public Works department. And so we're excited about that. So that'll be 2 full-time folks. Maddie obviously joined us a little bit earlier in the year. That young man and that gentleman will join us as he graduates high school in May. And so we're excited about that. That's been something that we've been working on for about 2 years. He's been with us. He works during the summers. He works and some of his time off, but really focus on his education and then also focus on his real world experience with the town. And so as a way for us to recruit and retain quality staff, this has been a great partnership with Rutherford County Schools, REACH, and ICC to build that. And we're looking forward to continuing doing that. We don't have the capacity to have 15 or 20 young people at a time. I wish we did, but having at least one, and we're working now to begin our second iteration, second version of that. But it's a great way for us to build our team. The guys have been working over at 2nd Street Park. You've probably seen some activity there where we're getting ready to resurface that basketball court, repaint that basketball court. There's been a new wall that's gone in around the basketball courts. We're going to be adding some new lighting, new sidewalks, new play equipment, and then also a new shelter at 2nd Street Park. And then we have been awarded over $1 million in funding for the first phase of the Norris Recreation Complex. So a lot of opportunities going on in parks. We actually talked about parks at our town council meeting, but we'll save that for later. And then on our fleet with our public works department, we've got a new vacuum truck. And I want to say for those that still have leaves, make sure you're getting your leaves out to the road. If you've probably seen our new automated truck, it's made us a lot more efficient this year. I don't think I've received a single phone call this year asking for leaf pickup. So our guys have been on track and on schedule with our leaf pickup with our new equipment. We have bought another automated refuse truck, and we were awarded a North Carolina DEQ for it's a grant that they're administrating for clean diesels from the VW settlement. We were awarded another replacement for our rear loader trash truck. So really excited about that. So we'll have 3 new clean diesels in our fleet for refuse collection.
Congratulations to Keith and all his staff. Those people over there work. They're available all the time. And a lot of times it's pretty dirty work, but it has to be done in our community. And they're there on the times when it's unexpected, but they go out. They do an outstanding job. I cannot speak enough and thank them enough. Even while Doug and I have been here talking this morning, they've been going up and down the streets beside of us, cleaning the streets, getting it ready for today and our traffic and all of our citizens in town. So great staff, very devoted, dedicated, and they do an outstanding job. And I'm very proud of the work that they do for our community.
Yeah, and this was another one. Like, what 3 do we pick? What 3 does Keith put on the slide here? I mean, they've replaced over 1,000 feet of sewer line this year, rehab manholes. We've added over 4,000 feet of sewer line this year. We brought on a new pump station this year. We've got service now to the new RS Middle School. We've got service to Westbrook Drive, the Scoggins area. We also retooled and redid the drainage for the RS High School. We've always served the high school, but we have a new drainage system for the high school. Just on our sewer treatment plant, we've upgraded a bunch of tanks. We've repainted, recoated tanks. We redid the flooring in our control building. So, I mean, there's so many different things that we can talk about that our team has been up to this year. Something like Magnolia said before, hard to pick 3. So moving forward into 2023, what are some of the things that'll be going on? First and foremost is our action plan. You saw the little tags there. You've heard us talking about it. You saw the public comments about the action plan. The survey is open until Monday the 9th. And so we desperately need your help. If you have not filled out the community survey for our 2023 action plan, please click this link on SurveyMonkey and fill it out today. There's 10 questions. Should take you no more than 5 minutes max to fill it out, but it allows you to kind of help set some goals and initiatives as you see for your community moving forward. And that allows us as a team to work on those together. And so together we achieve more, and we achieve more when we all think creatively. And so please take time to go through that, because what we're going to do is we're going to take all of your thoughts, all of your responses, compile those, and we have a meeting coming up later this month with the town council, and they are going to review all of the things that you do and suggest, and then set goals and initiatives based on your comments. And so that's really our action plan process in a nutshell. But I encourage you to please take a minute and fill out that survey. It's not linked. You can fill it out twice. I've been telling people, hey, sit down with your family around the table over the weekend, fill it out. I did that with my kids. We filled it out as a family, and just a fun way for everybody around the table to understand that their voice is being heard.
And let me stress, we see a lot of times, a lot of these surveys to fill out. You wonder where it goes. Let me assure you, our staff looks at every one of these surveys, and they bring that information to the council. And this is an area that we look at very heavily, because this is a way we can hear from our citizens. And that's how you can let us know without coming by town hall or calling us or anything. Take the time to go in, put your thoughts in there, and we'll look at it, and we'll judge in our direction based on a lot of that information. So I encourage you to be a participant.
So I had to say, my kids have a interesting look at local government. Just like Jackson gets a chance to tag along with the mayor on so many different things. Oftentimes my girls get a chance to be here inside town hall, or they have to drive around with me. They listen to phone calls. Well, many of you know that Reagan, our youth specialist at the library, she came from the school system. So prior to coming at Norris Library, she worked at Rutherford Elementary. So my kids go to school there. They love her to death. And so I have to say, in the survey, Mayor, you're going to see a lot about a tree house. And so my kids, I'm going to tell them, they were over, my middle child, Callie, she's over at the library with Reagan, and they had this little drawing that it says, me and Callie at my desk, happy because I love my job, but it's still missing something, And so there is a plan and a vision for a tree house at the Norris Public Library. So you may hear about a tree house coming up. Just saying.
I'm excited.
Oh, good. Reagan is watching. For those that are interested in the teen paint night, 6 to 8 tonight, looks like they do still have a limited amount of spots open for that. Registration is required. So please, please, please reach out to Reagan, reach out to Sarah or Cindy, any of the staff at the library today. Get your team registered for that. But we've got a great kind of slate of projects right now that we're looking to add to after the action plan is completed. But right now, we talked about fire station number 2 starting, Norris Recreation Complex, and the disc golf is going to be kicking off this year over at the Norris Recreation. And then the RAISE grant, we're working with DOT now to begin the planning phases of the RAISE grant, hopefully implementation maybe later this year or first part of 2024. And then we're also looking at now, as construction on the bypass is moving forward, beginning to take the Purple Mountain Greenway north out of Kiwanis Park to match up with the improvements that the state is going to be doing for the Greenway that will take the Greenway over the bypass and connect it to the Thermal Belt Rail Trail over in Ruth. And so be expecting some of those this year. And then renovations to our police station and our town hall. Our police station and our town hall are right behind the fire department in age. There's been some plans put in place about kind of just showcasing how we're running out of space, specifically our police department, as we grow there and serve the community. Really a need for space and additional offices and storage of important files and things as we grow our outreach. And so really looking at ways to kind of figure out how to make that happen, how to keep operations moving, but then for the long term, renovate our police station and find additional space for town hall.
I'm excited about all those things because now we're talking about it, but we not only talk about it, we do a lot of stuff. And it's great to project in the future of see what our needs are and start thinking about now, what can we do to satisfy those?
Well, again, I really wanted to take a minute and go through the action plan or the year in review. That was one of the highlights of our council meeting this past week. I do apologize for the audio there. I'm going to drop a link to today's Brewtiful Mornings in Wednesday's town council meeting for those that really wanted to watch, give them an opportunity to do that. Other news out of the council meeting, Broad River Water Authority had some bylaw updates as they look to make some changes to their updates or to their bylaws. The town of Rutherton is one of 4 partners there. So the board of Broad River Water Authority is made up of representatives from the town of Spindale, the town of Rutherfordton, the town of Ruth, and Rutherford County. And so the council supported those bylaw changes. There was a resolution for legislative goals for 2023 and beyond, and appointed Dr. Doug Sheets as our representative to the North Carolina League of Municipalities to vote on the town's 10 goals. And so we're looking forward to seeing where the league lands on their 10 advocacy goals for 2023 and how we can fit into that. But some of the top goals there are ways to increase funding from the state and federal levels for affordable housing, improving communities and infrastructure. 3 of our top goals here at the town and top goals across the entire state. And then the town council heard a request from the Rutherford Fire and Rescue Department for use of the ARP funds for a new breathing air compressor. The air compressor they have now for their breathing tanks, so their air bottles when they go into a fire or a gas leak or anything like that. That air compressor is over 30 years old, and it's time to replace that for some safety improvements, some model improvements. And so they've been working for the last couple of years for grant funding. As great as we've been on grants, that's just one that we haven't got on base with, if you will. And so struck out a few times, but really need to replace that. And the council heard a request from Chief Harrell and moved forward with that request using American Recovery Plan funds, and what a great use of those for emergency personnel. And then lastly, on council action, there was a presentation made for an additional shelter over at Kiwanis Park. And we'll have more. I want to segment an entire episode to that shelter because we're really going to need the community support to pull that off. Working now on some budget estimates for that, but we've had some motivated folks in the community already donate almost $13,000 towards that shelter. But it'll really give us a new opportunity to showcase Kiwanis Park, allow you as the community to rent space there and have reservations and parties in a shelter, but also to help memorialize somebody that's near and dear to all of the community's heart. And we'll talk more about that memorial shelter kind of on a specific episode. Mayor, you're welcome to talk about it, but what I'd like to do is we'll augment a full episode just on that shelter to help with the fundraising.
Well, I think it will be a added asset to our Kiwanis Park. I receive so many compliments almost on a daily basis of how great the park is. This will provide another avenue for those people that want to come and enjoy the park. And so I think it will be a great addition to Kiwanis Park. So I'm excited about it.
All right. As a wrap up this morning, for everybody that's watching live, we have shared information about the Purple Martin Greenway and First Year Outdoors. We'll tag all those folks for their prize packs. I will tag them here. We'll make a post on Facebook and Instagram for those prize winners. Thank you for everybody that went out for that. Next week, set your calendars. There are 3 days of activities from the Martin Luther King Committee of New Hope. There will be a breakfast, there'll be a service, and a walk all over the weekend. I dropped in the comments a link to their Facebook page, more information there, but look for an opportunity to get involved with the Martin Luther King Committee and their events throughout that weekend. Again, they'll have a prayer breakfast, I believe it is, on Saturday. There's a special service on Sunday. The prayer breakfast is at Second Baptist Church. The ceremony, I believe, is at I think it's at St. John's AME Zion. And then on Monday, the prayer walk will be from Town Hall up to the courthouse. So 3 days of events, 3 great events. See how you can plug yourself into one of those. Members of the committee will be with us live next Friday as we go into that weekend of events. But be looking at your calendar how you can plug into those. be looking at Norris Public Library, their calendar of events to get your kids and even for you for adult bingo. And if you're looking for a fun night tonight, there's still teen paint night opportunities that are available there. We shared the link to I Caught You Caring, and we would love for you to, if you know somebody that's doing some good in our community, drop us some information on that link. Tell us what's going on and let the mayor and I recognize those folks. There's a lot of people working behind the scenes that do so many amazing things in our community, and we would love to showcase their efforts to everybody else. And then lastly, we wrapped up with the year in review, and we challenged you to take a stab at our community survey as we look at our 2023 action plan. A lot of the ways that we've been successful have been planning and listening to the community through our action plan process. We ask you to be involved in that. And so there's a 10-question survey that's been dropped in the comments. I encourage you to take the time with you and your family to go through those and do that. We would like to close that survey on Monday. So last weekend before the survey closes, love for you to take the time to go through those questions.
Is it my turn? Well, we've gone through and thanked a lot of people this morning and kind of let you know what a great staff that we have working for the town of Rutherford. But I firmly believe you can only be as good as leadership provides. And I think, I know I'm biased, I admit it, but no problem. I think we have the best town manager in the whole state, Mr. Doug Barrett. Without his leadership, these things would be very, very difficult. Even with his new leadership, it's difficult, but he leads us through those. And on behalf of our whole town council, we thank Mr. Barrett for the things that he does. He's out front of everything we do. He's not a person that has great ideas, puts it on paper, and then turns it loose. He's right there. And some people may already know this. He's one of our volunteer firemen. So Magnolia. So it takes a commitment, and I see that every day that I'm with Doug, that he's committed to this community, and it shows in the results that we perform from the staff that we have. So it's great working with everyone. But thanks again, Doug. Appreciate what you do for their town, and I appreciate you being here with us. So everybody tune in again next Friday. We start talking about MLK and everything that's going on in our town. Do you have any final comments, Doug?
No, thank you for the comments, Mayor. And I'll be first to say thank you to your leadership and the town council and the guidance that you guys provide to us as a staff and to me as a manager. Been a great working relationship with you. And thank you for the comments. And I want to say first and foremost, thank you to our team. I may be the leader, be the one that's up front, but really we're nothing without the amazing staff that we have here at the town. Each one of our departments, all of our department heads, our department leaders, all the way down to the lowest on the totem pole in every department. We have a structure, but we're all really one team. And I think everybody's voice is reflected in what we do. And I just want to say thank you to everybody, all 45 employees that work for the town. Each one of them have a heart of service and make my job easier, which in turn makes your job as the mayor easier and makes everybody's life a better here in Rutherfordton. So with that, happy 2023, first Brewtiful Mornings of 2023 under our belt. And we have got some great shows planned this year. Again, next week we'll be live with folks from our Martin Luther King Committee. We're talking about our Martin Luther King weekend, but definitely look at their schedule of events, see how you can plug yourself in, how you can plug your family in. There is some great stuff going on next weekend for Martin Luther King weekend. So with that, we are going to end the episode and wish everybody a wonderful and safe weekend.
We combined, you know I can't deny.